What has the Democratic Party on the national level done for the working class in this country in the past 50 years? Quickly now. I'm not talking about the advocacy for human rights and civil rights. You would expect that from the Democrats, even if it's just campaign rhetoric. But what have they done for the workers of this country? That's right, nothing. Oh, you disagree? What have the Democrats done? Starting, you got to have a starting point someplace. I know, starting with the Clintons. Now, we know what the Democratic Party did for working class Americans during the 8 years of the Clinton presidency, the co-presidency, as Bill used to say. Hillary over here, she helps a lot, and she comes up with stuff that, well, she is a co-president. One of these days she's going to run for president. You know that? Yeah, she is. And I'm going to support her because, when she found out all those jism stains were all over what's her name's dress, boy, that just put my balls in a vice, man. So what am I going to do? I'm going to help get her elected. I don't care what I have to do. I'm just going to help get her elected. And of course, the Clinton years was such a I don't know. It was smoke and mirrors. Everybody thought, including me. Everybody thought, look, we all have jobs. Look, unemployment, it's down to 3.5%. Look, people are making money. Everything's fine. Woohoo! Look, we balanced the budget 3 years in a row. Look, surpluses. Oh God, look. Now, two things we didn't know. First of all, what was going to happen when the Supreme Court ended representative democracy in this country and gave the presidency to this half-ass from Texas. That's the first thing. The second thing we didn't realize was coming was the results, the after effects of all that milestone legislation passed by the Clintons, or signed off on by the Clintons, or advocated by the Clintons. You know what they are. NAFTA being the most egregious, unless you wound up in a prison someplace because you got busted once for smoking a joint, you got busted a second time for shoplifting a loaf of bread, and you got busted a third time for, goddamn, smoking a joint again, so your ass goes to prison for 50 years. And the Clintons get to rake in millions of dollars in contributions over the years from the prison industrial complex. I mean, come on. Hillary Clinton can say the goddamnedest things. She can stand there in front of people and talk about the unfairness of locking people up for these minor dope problems. And she can stand there and talk about, the lack of jobs, and we got to bring jobs back. And she can stand there and talk about the misery caused by not having health insurance and so on and so forth. And yet she and her husband are directly responsible for this shit. I mean, they really, really are. Like most Republicans, the Clintons decided to fuck America once again. But Clinton was kind of like Obama. You'd think Obama would have learned about reaching across the aisle. But Bill Clinton, he passed all this Republican bullshit in order to satisfy the wealthy people in this country, the power brokers in this country. And how did they pay him back? They caught him with his dick in his zipper and decided they were going to impeach him, which they then did. And then they put his ass on trial in the Senate. And if you can remember some of that rhetoric, oh my God, Bill Clinton's lying about his girlfriend, according to some of these right-wingers, during the Senate trial was worse than anything that happened to this country since the invasion of Normandy. Do you remember that? That's how Republicans pay back people who are not a true believer. See, the Clintons never believed in anything but themselves and money and power. They didn't give a shit about all this Democratic crap. Don't forget, Clinton was one of the original architects, along with a lot of Southern Democrat white men. He was one of the original architects of the Democratic Leadership Conference, DLC. And the DLC was to let white Southerners know, hey, listen, we know y'all been putting up with an awful lot of stuff here with, well, I'm not going to come right and say it, but, some of these issues about things that we don't quite like here in the South. Well, we're going to do it a little bit different, Hillary and me, and Sam Nunn and people like that. We're going to do a little bit different. So what happened was the Democratic Leadership Conference. Some people say Republican light. I say bullshit. That was about as Republican as you can get. It's not Republican light. It's Republican. The Republican Party is fascist, but the Democratic Party is Republican.